Yo, what's going on? Yo, we're live. We're live. Hello. Hi. This is gonna be a fun one. I hope you buckle up your seatbelts. So let me know in the chat room if you guys can hear me and see me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me an all clear. Um. Testing some things out here. I started up my Superchat. Probably won't even work. Let's see here. Yeah, I've lost over $100 because the PayPal doesn't work. It doesn't let me accept it for some reason, accept the money. Pretty fucking weird. So let's see here. I have it in the description. It says if I go to PayPal and then I go to send and request money, and then it says manage my PayPal. Share your personal link with anyone so they can send money to your PayPal account in seconds. And that's what I put in the description box. PayPal me at /FlatterSubgenius. So if that doesn't work, then that's fucking bullshit and my PayPal account is broken. So whatever. So I'm just going to ignore that and say hello to you good folks. Maybe I should put on a hat. I'm going to put on a hat. Bring some color into this. I'm going to put on my Jamaican hat and bring some color. Go. Bring some color into this fucking hangout here. There we are. Alrighty then. So let's check this out. I'm going to be telling a fucking crazy story here. Crazy story. Let's see here. What up? Daniel Mayer, Truth Faction, Under the Ether, Wild Moonflower. Lots of angry globies on Facebook. Under the Ether says, Cigar Face is giving a smiley face. Do you pluck your eyebrows? No, I do not. Chris Stevenson says, do you pluck your eyebrows? No, my eyebrows are naturally beautiful, I guess. I need a wrench. You can get a wrench if you don't ask for a wrench and you relax and you chill in this chat room with me, gain some trust. Good evening, Flat Glenn Clark Earth. If I wasn't Jamaica, why would I be wearing this hat? If I wasn't Jamaican. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple of sips. And I don't know if you guys ever have heard of Esalen, the Esalen Institute. You should go look up the Esalen Institute. It's a place where human potential is garnered and crafted and celebrated. The Esalen Institute wants human beings to fulfill their potential. So let's see here. So I learned about the Esalen Institute while I was while I was up visiting the redwood forest in Big Sur, the sequoias in Northern California. There's the sequoia forest. That's the redwood forest there, one of the last remnants of the Titan Age, of the giants. um, so yeah, I mean, did you have? I mean, you should have heard of the sequoia forest, the redwood forest. I mean, if you hadn't heard of that, there's something wrong with you. Um, sorry. Okay. I wish there was more people here, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Um, I'm actually gonna wait till I get over 10 people. If you could press like and the share button, if you can share this hangout on Twitter or Facebook or a group, a flat Earth group. These redwood trees are fucking 500 years old. Some of these trees are supposedly over 1,000 years old. Like these trees are hundreds. Oh, the younger trees are hundreds of years old. You can drive semi trucks. You can drive semi trucks through the redwood trees. Literally, they cut giant tunnels, and then semi trucks can drive right through the fucking trees. What's up, Rock? Reverberations. Okay, cool. I got 10 people watching, so thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go take a bong rip real quick so I can get my mind in the right get my mind in the right place, because this story is very intense. This is one of the most intense stories. This is one of the most intense situations I've ever been in my entire life. So if you could like this and share this on Facebook, that'd be awesome. I'm gonna go take a bong. I'm gonna go pack the bowl, and I'm gonna bring the bowl back so I can share a bong rip with you. And I'm gonna get into the Esalen story because it's quite layered. Quite layered. Be right back. All right. Cool. Got a new little bongy here. Nice new bong. All right. All right. Thanks for that fucking yeah. So Yo, thanks for the compliments about my foxy tank top. Appreciate that. But let's get serious here. So, so okay. So a lot of my favorite heroes, people that I looked up to and revered in my life, um, I noticed, I noticed that they all went to Esalen. They either all went to Esalen and visited there, or they had a hand in the building of it, the actual foundation of the Esalen Institute, which was before 1962. Hunter S. Thompson. I mean, he was a gatekeeper there, a groundskeeper. He was a he would walk around with guns and shoot guns at gay orgies in 1960 that were fucking at the hot tubs. You have groups of 20 to 30 or 40 men fucking in the hot tubs, and that's not really a thing that they want to promote. So Hunter S. Thompson had to go and take care of that. He was almost killed. He ended up shooting at those shooting in the air, and then all of those gay dudes ended up beating the living shit out of Hunter S. Thompson, and then we're about to throw him off a 100-foot cliff. That I actually have some experience with that cliff that he was at. I actually thought I was going to get thrown off that cliff, 100-foot cliff, and then smashed onto the stones below. But luckily, somebody saved Hunter S. Thompson. And then he came back the next day with 5 Dobermans and another gun. And that time, it worked. They left that time. So, but yeah, so I stumbled across Esalen when I was with a woman, an older woman, and she had a friend who owns a place where you could stay in camp at the Redwood Forest. So actually, the woman she paid for my flight ticket to go to the Redwood Forest, to go meet her at the campsite. So we went to the campsite, and I'm not gonna. I could tell you the name of the campsite, but there's no point. And so we went up the road, and we seen this place. It said Esalen, the Esalen Institute. And so we got out of the car, we parked, and actually, as soon as we got out of the car, 2 monarch butterflies floated by, and I actually was talking about it being the end of the butterfly hibernation, and it was funny that there was still monarch butterflies there. And they also say that the Esalen Institute is the MK Ultra headquarters. You can look that up. Or the CIA headquarters is Esalen Institute. It's like, wow, really? The MK Ultra headquarters is the Esalen Institute. Well, that's nice to know if you're a conspiracy theorist like I was. And that's also a reason why I wanted to go there. So all these people that I looked up to, Alan Watts, Dr. Hunter S. Thompson, Tim Leary, Aldous Huxley, Terence McKenna, Joseph Campbell, Robert Anton Wilson, Ram Dass, the Beatles. Hold on, I'm gonna look further. So I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna read off more names that I. So let's see here, Esalen. I'm sure you guys have heard of those names. Oops. Here we go. So Tim Leary. So let me list off some more names that I specifically. So let's see here. Yeah, Joseph Campbell, Fritjof Chopra, physicist, Carlos Castaneda. I'm like, these are the people that I like. Carlos Castaneda was one of the first people to wake me up. And then I find out that he went to Esalen, and then I studied Joseph Campbell. He went to Esalen. Obviously, I know who Deepak Chopra is. He goes to Esalen. Richard Feynman, Buckminster Fuller, and his wife. Albert Hoffman, Aldous Huxley, like I said, Ken Keesley, John C. Lilly. B.F. Skinner, Carl Rogers, Fritz Perls. Like, all these people. John Lilly, are you kidding me? Like, all these people that I've been studying for the past 10 years. And I'm like, they all went to fucking Esalen, so I got to go fucking check this place out. So I booked a 1 week stay at Esalen. I wanted to do a lot of things. They have classes for everything. You want to go with your partner? Go with your partner. You want to get a couples massage? You want to go there for a retreat and relax? You want to go there for a writing class? You want to go there to learn about meditation or your own sexuality or your own psyche? Or you want to go to the laugh? You want to go there to transform yourself? That's the whole point. And I wanted to do a whole bunch of different things, but I decided to go to stay for a week and for the farm and garden, to experience the farm and garden there, because I love. I'm a landscaper. I've been landscaping and gardening my entire life, and everywhere I go, I turn places into gardens. Literally, I create gardens. I make gardens at my house or at my parents' house in Buffalo. I created them a whole giant garden in the backyard, and that they eat out of every year now, and that will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm learning how to create gardens, figuratively and literally. And so I went to the Esalen Institute for a week to experience the farm and garden, and obviously to do some gonzo journalism, like Dr. Hunter S. Thompson would. That's his style. So instead of just talking my mouth and running my fucking mouth, I actually went to the fucking place. And it's really hard to you can't just go there. Like the reason why it really caught my attention is because the first time I tried to go there, like I just told you about with that woman, we pulled up and the butterflies go by, and then there was this old hippie dude just chilling around there. And he's like, I'm like, what's this place? He's like, oh, it's the Esalen Institute, man. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, man, my best friend died last night. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, man, fucking, he was in the hot tubs for too long. I'm like, when he took acid, too much acid, and he was in the hot tubs by himself, and he turned up the heat to maximum. And it's not funny. And he literally boiled himself like the frog, like the frog who's in the warm water, and he didn't even realize he was boiling himself. And obviously he was tripping on acid. So do not trip on acid by yourself at Esalen in the night and turn on the fucking boiling water, because you will boil yourself. And I met his friend, and he's like, yeah, man, my fucking friend died. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, that's crazy. I'm sorry. And then I went down there to try to go in and to go see what Esalen was all about. But there is a gatekeeper there, literally, and you're not allowed to go in there. Like, visitors are not allowed to go in there. unless you make reservations or call in, and like you can't just go drive and drive by and it says, oh, look at the Esalen Institute, let's go check it out, honey, and then drive. No, you can't. They'll say, no, turn around. there's a fucking gate there. There's a gatekeeper there. So I'm just giving you that was my first, those are the people, the reason why I wanted to go there. A lot of controversy and criticism involved with the subject of Esalen. And so I hope you guys are enjoying this, the beginning of this conversation. I'm just laying the groundwork there. Those were the people. That was the first time I went. I learned of Esalen. Just stumbled across it. I was like, ooh, this place looks nice. And so I got the pamphlets. I got at the gate when I first arrived there. I got the pamphlets and like the brochures and shit. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And I held on to that for fucking years. And I did my own independent research on it. And I learned about how there's conspiracies about it and there's idiots that make up stories. So I finally I booked my own stay there by myself. And so let's see here. Now I'm getting to the story is getting a little bit juicier. I'm going to check my PayPal because I'm learning how to use this. And I just emptied my PayPal out the other day. I had like about $80 and I lent out $79 to a certain somebody. And yeah, I'm just trying to see if this, because the last time I used fucking PayPal was June 20th, and I donated to Brother Sanchez, and then I just gave $79 away to someone, and they, I'm just trying to, I haven't received anything. I got to see how, if this works or not, because I have my primary email is d.falkenbach@yahoo.com, but I don't know, it doesn't really work anymore, whatever. But yeah, so I want to check the comments real quick because I want to see how you guys are liking the story so far. Raw vibrations. Yep, Dan. I have a Tim Leary book I was discussing with a friend tonight. That sounds so cool, Dan. Okay. Here we go. Don't do that? Okay. It's 10 people watching. Are you guys enjoying the beginning of this story? Could you guys like say yes or no? Because this is just the beginning of the story. Just laying the groundwork. Enjoying my drink. I had a nice bong rip. Yo, what's up, Fantastic Voyage? I'm about to tell a fucking great story. I'm just laying the groundwork for it. So, I actually let's see here. So I did all that research, really working on myself, and like I really. Okay, did you do a sleeping bag or a bunk bed? Okay, now here's the thing. So all that's there, and so now let me get comfortable. So take that hat off. Okay. So I booked my stay at Esalen. and I was living in San Diego. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. I was living in San Diego in 2014, and it's 2017, and I'm still in San Diego, but I haven't been living here the whole time. So, I was living in San Diego, and I booked my stay, 1 week stay. Actually, it was a 5-day. It was only a 5-day stay at Esalen, but I ended up staying a week, which I'll tell you why in a second, if you bear with me, because there's a lot of details in this story. So, now this is where it gets fucking weird. I was in a completely different mindset then. I was I was conspiratorial when I went there. I was smoking cigarettes for that year in 2014. That was the first time. That was the first. That was the first and only year of my life that I smoked cigarettes. My roommate and current roommate smoked cigarettes, and I would smoke cigarettes with him sometimes, and I did it for a year. So I was drinking heavily, smoking for a year, smoking weed every day, on the computer every day, fucking just overthinking nonstop. And my brother's birthday is June 10th. And so I booked my stay at Esalen on purpose for a 5-day span. And in the middle of the 5-day span was my brother's birthday. I didn't realize how big of a deal that would be, but it just so happened to be a very extremely big deal. So I showed up to Esalen. Oh, okay. So I didn't have a ride. I was living in San Diego, and I needed to get a ride. I didn't have a car, and I needed to get a ride up to Esalen. And so I had no idea about how I was going to get. I wanted someone to drive me. I didn't book. I booked it at the last. I called up Esalen and I booked my 5-day stay, and I had to be there in the morning. And I didn't have a ride, so I was on Facebook, and I'm like, could someone please give me a ride right now up to Northern California if you're in San Diego? And a stranger, a female comedian, her name's Haley, who I've never met before then, she's like, you know what, I have to ride up to Northern California to go visit a guy. And so she's like, you know what, Dan, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. And so it takes a while. It takes like 6.5 hours to drive up there. So she picked me up. I packed up all my bags, and I moved out of San Diego. And my plan was to live at Esalen, to live and work there. That was my plan, secretly. I didn't really tell anybody. I just wanted to do it and see if I can do it when I got there and just wing it. And so luckily she picked me up, the female comedian stranger, and we drove up there, and she dropped me off at nighttime the day before I was supposed to arrive. So I was supposed to arrive in the morning, but I showed up at the night before. You understand? So I showed up the night before instead of the morning that I was supposed to show up at Esalen. And she dropped me off in the car, obviously her car. I have my luggage, my bag, and myself. She was like worried for me. I was kind of worried for myself. And so I got out of the car at nighttime, the day before I was supposed to arrive at Esalen, and I went and I have my luggage that I'm carrying and rolling down the driveway, the cement pavement, and it's like a good 200-foot driveway in the dark, and I'm just rolling down my luggage, and I go to the gate, and I asked, there's a woman in the gate. No. It was it a woman or a man? I think it was a woman. And I show up at like fucking 11 o'clock at night and she's like, okay, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to, my class starts tomorrow morning for experiencing the Esalen farm, experiencing Esalen's farm and garden. And I'm supposed to be here, and the class starts tomorrow morning. And she's like, oh, well, you're supposed to show up like tomorrow morning. And I'm like, oh. And I'm a little trickster. So I go, immediately I just go, oh, okay. I go, well, I'm gonna go sleep up there then. I'm gonna go sleep up where the street is and put some, I have a blanket. So I'll just go sleep near the highway up in the dark, in the cold, by myself. Thank you for letting me know that it starts tomorrow. And she's like, okay, well, hold on. Let me see what I can do. And so and I'm like, okay, thank you. And so she went to go get one of the managers. Actually, they couldn't. I wasn't even on the fucking they couldn't find me in the computer. I'm like, what do you mean you can't find me? Oh God, a buddy's coming over to the house. You're gonna find this very interesting. Watch what happens here. This is gonna be interesting. Oh shit. Oh. So we have a random occurrence here. We have guests here that are going to be joining and hearing the story that I'm in the middle of telling. Well, in the beginning of telling. Well, yeah, there's 13 people.
It's like live.
This is live right now.
I don't know, you know that thing on where you can do it from your phone? It's called Live Me.
People online. So all these people, we got. So now this is the YouTube link. So now this is YouTube. Let's see here. Now this is the people responding. Fix your wig, someone says to me. Uh, what is Esalen? Now I'm interested. You have Superchat and no car. You're doing YouTube wrong. so,
You're doing YouTube wrong.
so that's Fat P Mars there. Who? No. Well, this is a particular sock that everyone likes to make fun of. He's a fat piece of shit that no one respects, and he keeps changing his name so people forget how fat and pathetic he is. But everyone knows how stupid and fat and pathetic he is, how fake he is. But yeah, you keep enjoying your those comments, Bill Hicks Jr., until I decide on banning you. So let's see here. So let's see here. Thanks for sharing. Way too high, dude. I am lagging. All right, it's shitty connection. You have the shitty connection. I don't. So let's see here. Hey, Subgenius, what's up? Dumpster baby, spin Budweiser. I work with engineer dorks. No one I told about flat Earth cared at all. Well, that's because they don't. They're like Bill Nye the Science Guy. They only have a bachelor's in engineering. So let's see here. My whole family are doctors and money people. They don't give one shit. My company pushes solar. Your computer does. Yes, it is your computer. So I'm going to get a little higher to get in the right mindset here. Oh, we got 15 people watching here. That went up a little bit. But this is fun though. If you guys want to. Oh, and that's the fucking hooter. Oh, I those things are incredible. You wanna like
try that shit?
Okay.
When you hit it,
do I do down?
Yeah. Now let go of the button. Let go of the button. Do it again.
Okay, I can taste that. Yeah, this is Joe. Joe? Joe? Okay, Joe. Cece. Joe and Cece here for
Oh, mouse down.
Let's see here. We gotta find. Could you grab the fucking one of those goddamn
What are you called?
tin cans on the fucking in the kitchen and so for the Asher. Yeah. All right, cool. You got a light?
Yeah, this chair's banging.
Huh?
Look, this chair's banging.
What's that?
This chair's like this.
The what?
The chair.
Oh yeah. Shouldn't have. I don't want to switch chairs. Okay. Fuck. Now I lost my train of thought here. So now I was just okay. So they looked me up in the computers at Esalen. They found me, and yeah. See, it says PayPal will not allow me to link my PayPal's. Okay. Cool. That's a good shot.
Oh, yeah. Bob Marley style.
It's delicious. Okay, so she's like, well, you can for $25, I'll let you stay here. And I'm like, oh my god, that's only $25 to stay there. So obviously I handed her $25, and she gave me a little fucking yurt to sleep at for the night. If you don't know what a yurt is, it's like an American teepee, and it's like a little hobbit home house. And And so she's like, here. She brought me up. She gave me the key to my own little fucking little place to sleep at. I had blankets and pillows. And then she goes, she showed me to where the hot tubs are, the natural spring hot tubs that come out of the side of the cliffs. And there's people in there. She's like, yeah, you know, go down there. It's open all night, and you're free to walk around. And I'm like, what? Like, my mind was blown. I'm like, you mean I could just like walk around Esalen at night by myself? I'm like, wow, that's fucking badass. So so I was kind of mind blown by that, and I felt like unbelievably free for the first time in a long time. And so I got my own place. I put all my clothes in there, my bags in my little home, and I walked down to the come on, man.
My bad.
So I walked down to the to the natural springs hot tubs, healing waters on the side of the cliff. And I had my swimming trunks on. I had a light strapped to my head, and I had a towel. And when I went there, I walked through, and there were naked people. And I walked in there, and I was shining my headlight on all these naked people, and they're all like, "Dude, what the fuck, man?" And I just felt odious, hateful energy being directed towards me. And this is I'm walking in with my fucking bathing suit on, with a fucking headset and a light, and it's complete. It's like 1 a.m. There's naked people, you know, in the hot tubs, and they're all like, "Oh, dude, like turn the light off, man." And I'm like fumbling with the light and try to turn it off. I'm sorry, I'm new here. I have no idea what's going on, and it's horribly embarrassing. And so I fucking turn off the light, and there's two baths. There's one bath on the one side and one bath on the other, and then you just have a perfect view of the ocean that you're just staring at on the side. It's just huge. It's all you see. It's the flat Pacific horizon, and so no, I could tell that nobody wanted me to even go into either pool, either tub, just because they were like not making room for me, and so I stood there for like a minute trying to decide which fucking one I was going to go into, and finally I got an opening on the one, so I just went into the one, and actually the people left, and then I just went in there, so I had a tub all by myself. This is my first night at Esalen, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have a tub sitting in the hot springs in the healing waters, and I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean, and the moon is there, and a single tear fell down my face. I mean, I'm not adding this into the story. Just I felt, I was like, whoa, I'm fucking here. I actually did it. I paid for it. I'm here. And just the moment hit me, and I was like, "Wow, this is fucking beautiful, man! I can't believe I'm here." I was in awe of everything, and then two naked women came into the hot tub.
Two naked women.
They had their bottoms. They had their bottoms on. But they came in. Do you mind if we sit here? I'm like, no, please, by all means. And so they sat down, and they were obviously like Russian or something, their accents. And so I was just sitting there, and then they started stretching and shit, like really provocatively, like opening up their legs and stuff. And so I think I was stretching before that, so I probably took a cue from me. And then they were talking amongst themselves, and I was just enjoying myself in the view, both views, and I'm like, so this is my first time here, and they're like, oh, really, and I'm like, this is my first night here, and they're like, oh wow, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty crazy, and I'm like, have you guys ever heard of the conspiracies about this place? And they're like, no, we have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, apparently this is like MK Ultra or the CIA headquarters. I'm like, you never heard it? Oh. I'm like, huh, guess that's just me. And then the one woman's like, she's like, what? She's like, really? And then the other woman, her friend, she was like, I don't. She's like this. She's like talking to her friend like I wasn't there. She's like, that's like, this guy's got some crazy energy, like weird. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you? I'm like right here. I'm like, I can hear what you're saying. That's totally fucking weird. And so that was strange. That's just weird. Well, I stayed in there. People came and went. I ended up going to bed. And I wake up in the morning to start the day. Oh God. Oh boy. Now this is where it starts to get weird. So the introductory class, you go to the main chamber, the main hallway thing, and you go to meet everyone and learn about the history of Esalen, how it's like a 5,000-year-old Native American land, and how the Esalen Indians were there 5,000 years ago on that land and living freely. And that was pretty cool. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. And like the soil is like so rich. It's like the soil has layers, and like certain soil, it's like a percentage, only a certain percentage of nutrients. This soil is like, it's so easy to grow stuff on it, and it grows so big. Like the artichokes and the fucking these things, their fruits are humongous, and that's pretty cool. And it's just cool because the shells of like the seashells like make their way up into the soil. It's just weird because it's like hundreds of feet below you. But so let's see here. So the introduction was cool. Fucking yeah. It's the only thing you're concerned about.
I'm just the honest question.
I could have. I was disgusted by
just how society was there.
No, there's a certain someone. I'll get to that. So let's see here. All right. So everything has changed. You're on a fucking. You can go. I'm experienced to farm and garden, so I gotta do my farming. I gotta clean off the I gotta pick the goddamn shit out of the ground and clean it off. And it's like a long time to wash off pick off all the fucking shit and clean off everything. And you're prepping the food for everyone for the day, for the entire place. The farm and garden people have to wake up early and prep all the food for that day and give it to the kitchen so then they can make all the food for everyone in the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there's always like bread and fucking muffins and jam and all this other fucking free shit that you can munch on. It's fucking delicious. Oh yeah. And so let's see here. So that was cool. So I was talking to this dude named Bruce, and he's one of he's one of the fucking workers at Esalen. Like there's staff that work there obviously and live there. And Bruce, I was walking down this fucking ramp, or like it's like pavement cliff thing. It's like a road to a bridge, and I was just about to introduce myself to him, like, "Yo, I'm Dan." He's like, "What's your name?" And I said, "Does it even matter?" I said, "What's your name? Does it even matter?" And as soon as I said, "Doesn't even matter," I twisted my ankle pretty badly. And it was the ankle I always twist. It was my right ankle, and I twisted it, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, dude!" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it, dude. It happens all the time." He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "I guess it really does matter." And so like, I guess it does matter. I'll never. I guess it does matter. I just. His name is Bruce. I'll never. From that moment on, I've made it a clear. I want to remember people's names, and I get pissed off if I forget people's names, because it does matter. And so what the fuck? So I was there. You quit. I had to quit. I mean, I quit. I had mushrooms and DMT with me before then, when I was living in San Diego, but I just gave them away. I actually put them in a bush, a tree, and like higher up so no kids can find it. and I gave a little telegram to some particular comedians, and I told them the coordinates of the DMT and the mushroom, and I gave them a free pipe. And I told them ultra grabs, first to get it gets it. And the guy got it, and he took the mushrooms, and he smoked the DMT. That's right. So it worked out. But I was an idiot because I could have took the DMT and the mushrooms with me. But I read the pamphlet at Esalen, and they say don't bring drugs there. Please don't. And they didn't like check me or anything, but I could have. Now that I didn't have to give away. Yeah. Now that and oh yeah. And so so let's see here. So I'm gonna leave out the like farming and gardening aspect of it and just get to the weird, juicy, dramatic, traumatic instances and experiences that happened to me there. So there's this couple, an older couple with a child, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where to sit and stuff. The whole place, I'm like the water is fresh water. I stopped smoking cigarettes, cold turkey. I stopped smoking weed, cold turkey. I stopped eating shitty food, and all the food there is like organic and deliciously homegrown, amazing, fresh. You stop, the computer usage. You're on a whole new schedule. And that really affects you. You don't really understand how much cold turkey, everything like that affects you until you do it. So if you were, it really does have an effect on you if you cold turkey all that, and you're on a whole different schedule. And so you get to learn your class, and you get to learn about Gestalt therapy, which is it's a way of becoming more responsible with your speech. Instead of saying words like we and us, you say I and me, and you become more responsible for the words that are coming out of your mouth, instead of just speaking in oh, you are this way. Now, how about you just say how you feel? Okay, you don't explain how other people feel. Become more responsible for yourself. And okay. So, I mean, you can shower in the fucking out in the nature if you want to. There's fucking outside showers. You're on the fucking edge of 100-foot cliff. You're on the edge of the redwood forest, fucking on the side of the Pacific Mountains, on some fucking cliffs that go up fucking thousands of feet, chilling there in a little fucking like 10-acre refuge. I think Esalen is about 10 acres long. It's not even that big. 10 acres. Maybe it's like 100. But that's the biggest. But yeah, 10 I think, or like 25. I don't fucking know. Somewhere around there. And so, fuck. Now that now it's good. So let's see here. So there was a woman who was in that older couple who was in my class, and the woman ended up switching classes. She went to go to a different class, and her husband stayed in the farm and garden. And yeah, and they have a little school at Esalen called what is it called? Fucking like some little what's it called? It's got an epic name. I can't remember the fucking name of it. So, and these kids are the teachers there. The kids at Esalen are the teachers, and they build everything there. They built their own school. The kids, and there's like obviously adults there that are like building there's like everything's man-made toilets. Like it's all man-made plumbing systems. It's all natural water from the cliffs, from the streams. It's all the water. It's like super healing. The whole place, the environment, and the water. It's fucking crazy. So you're there. You got a whole new schedule, and I was I actually ended up staying at there's a Alan Watts residence. They booked me staying, and I ended up staying at the Alan Watts residence with 4 other men. And all those other dudes have their own stories. They're all like fucking Reiki masters, photographers, masseuses. I'm good with that shit. I'm good with that shit. And yeah, I mean that's a whole different story. Let's see here. So so I got warned by a particular lady to watch my energy. She's like, you're being you're being watched. Your energy is being watched and monitored. I'm like, what? Like, who the fuck says something like that? And I'm like, I don't. That doesn't intimidate me in the least bit. What does that even mean? We were smoking weed together, and that was like my the second day I was there, and I got like my ankle looked at by like energy like physicians, the people that worked with like foot anatomy and like yeah, I'll hook you up with that shit. And so let's see here. God damn it. Did not hold on one second. Yeah. Man. Let me check this out real quick. Sorry. What game you playing? Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch it up. God damn it, I really wanted to fucking get into that too. It just gets too personal. And it's completely changed when I have fucking guests. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's a shame. Let's see what they're. He says I want to hear more, dude. Uh, I can't do it, Antonio, because I explained it to my buddy outside. So I'm gonna cut this off. Says you can't do a half story. Well, I think I should do a half story, I guess. Yeah, the thing is that I'm just about to get into the crazy shit too. I'll probably have Antonio on next time, just so I can hear him laughing and have him asking me questions. I'd rather have that and have Antonio ask me some questions like, now, give me some. He would help me remember things probably, and I would and I would give you the whole story of everything. But yeah, I want to get into the outer body experiences, near death experiences. Guns and alien intelligence tests. But let's see here. I know, fat boy, you never moved out of your fucking mom's house yet, so you've never experienced anything in your life. You probably never even moved out of your home state. I did that a long time ago. When I was your age.
Really?
You know, what up, Daniel Rizza? Bill Hicks Jr. is a fat piece of shit. Watch this. Oh, never mind. I didn't have to do it. Somebody else did.
That's hilarious.
Hey, thanks, Antonio. Here, watch this. Do 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 do.
I'm lost.
You shall see. Yeah. Yeah. You think I'm just gonna tell a fucking story when I have guests over? Jeez. Sorry.
Why can't we get you high?
Yeah, I'll turn this off in a bit. We'll go and turn something on the fucking boob too. Da da dee da 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 da. Yeah, probably. Absolutely. So let's see here. Oh, what do I think of Santos Bonacci? I love Santos Bonacci. God Save the Radio. Yeah, here he is. What's up, brother?
What's up, mate?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I have guests over. It's like, and I barely know them.
So,
do you want
to spend more time hanging out with them so that you get to know them better? Do you want to get to know them whilst you're doing a broadcast and they sit there and and smoke away? What would you like?
Well, that's why I had you on, because yeah, it's like it's just too crazy and too personal. Like
Well, okay, so you don't know these guys so well, okay? Well, a good way of them getting to know you is by you telling them the kind of shit that you're going to say, which is basically about your background, experiences you had. When they've heard your story, once you're off air, they'll be like, dude, that's nuts. And then they'll tell you stories of stuff that happened to them, because everybody's had freaky shit.
It's already happened.
Just had a certain flow. I don't know. I guess blame the Virgo in me. I'm a very I don't know. Like when plans get changed all of a sudden, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I just throw it into the fire. I'm one of those types of people.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, last of the story, last I was hearing was about you twisting your ankle and saying "fuck it." Well, actually, you twisted your ankle, your right ankle, the one you always twist, and you were then moving on to you got some energy healing or some healing from some people to the ankle.
Yeah, a certain dude. And well, I mean, the farming and gardening is a lot of physical work, and you're like on your ankles and stuff. So like they were concerned if I was even going to be able to do it. But I'm like, nah, I can do it. I do that. I sprain it all the time. I know how to handle it, because it was like very badly bruised and like purple and that color. And but yeah, no, I was fine, and I did the whole thing. I didn't fucking complain.
Okay, so question.
Oh, you got a piece? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're gonna piece actually, so I'm gonna continue on then.
Okay, as long as they don't feel like we've pushed them out.
No, I'm not even. You guys are cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
no.
So it was a pit stop smoke.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I came here to smoke them out.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I'll get into that. I'll pack another one, and I'll go into it, because there is a lot of minor details, but it's hard to get into everything, because I was like,
I want to know one major thing. Okay, so we can start putting it into perspective. How long were you there for?
At the end of about 6 days, so almost a week.
So it was 7 days of intense shit.
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
I only the program is only 5 days, so I only like I said, I ended up coming a night early and staying hours and almost a night later.
Yeah,
And,
I heard about you arriving early. I was there, there listening. But okay, but it's 7 days of intense. It's different to it being a month with lots of periods where you're doing nothing but working and nothing.
Yo, thanks, bro.
I'll probably hit you guys up.
All right, Antonio, I'll be back in 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Sure. In the meantime, anybody listening, this is what it sounds like when I'm dancing. Like that. That's just how it sounds. Anybody who's not seen, by the way, Jim Carrey, totally embarrassing the people in the Fashion Week thing. Dude, you should really watch it. It's absolutely excellent. Here's a guy who just goes there and says, this is completely insignificant. I thought I'd come out and find the most meaningless thing I could find, just to point out how meaningless it is. So I've come here. It's like, brilliant. Oh, we have a Bill Hicks Jr. You dude, Bill Hicks would be embarrassed to have that name used by you. Yeah, I don't know, Madame Medusa. I don't know about how he treated her because we've only heard second, media stuff. We haven't really heard what happened. And the notes that she left makes it sound like that might not have been what it was. The note saying that she wished she'd been there for him. It sounds more like she wanted a little bit of a break, and in that break, this happened, and later stories. Who knows? But yeah, very sad. I really need tobacco. The minute Dan comes back, I'm going to buy some tobacco. Yeah, Jenny McCarthy's a strange kettle of fish. On the one hand, she's doing pretty kind of unsavory things, and on the other, she's writing a book about how to fix autism, which is an absolutely awesome thing to do. I don't know, but yeah, I think you have to be there to really know what's going on, and I wouldn't put it past him to be unreasonable. Absolutely. So, Madame Medusa, why do you not go on Hangouts? Are you shy? Will everybody turn to stone? Yes, yes. Jenny McCarthy is definitely anti-vax. As is Robert De Niro. This is for PMARS out there. PMARS, if you want people to not block you and not put you on timeouts, just simply stop being an asshole. The idea is that, there are haters out there. That's a term made so you don't have to change your behavior. People dislike you because of your behavior. That's the reason people dislike people, is their behavior. If they dislike them just because of how they look, then they're a bit of a, superficial person. But it's your behavior, the reason people ban you and block you. Yeah, there you are. Hey, Dan, I'm going to have to run out, drive out and buy some tobacco. I'll be back in between 5 and 10 minutes. Can you hold the fort for yourself?
Yeah.
And not tell too many stories that I'm going to have to rewind and listen to.
Okay.
Yeah, just tell them, just tell them anything. Just and ah. I did a bit of, I told them when you went away, I told them this is what it sounds like when I'm dancing. You know, but you know, anything just as long as I don't miss it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll just read a little bit or do a tarot reading or something.
All right. Cool. Okay, I'll be back shortly.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
So let's see here. Does anyone want a card reading? Would you like me to pick a Zen card for you? Would you like me to pick a card for you? I will pick a card for you if you'd like me to. Oh, Papa. Did you finish your food finally? Your breath smells like you finished your food. Stinky. Okay. I will pick a card for you. All right. All right. So I'm just going to pick one card, and that is your insight for the day or your meditation. Oh, shite. It's the law of fives. It's Robert Anton Wilson. We are. It says, the small child in this card is standing on one side of a gate looking through it. He is so small and so convinced that he cannot get through. He cannot see that the chain holding the gate is not locked. All he has to do is open it. Whenever we feel left out or excluded, it brings up this feeling of being a small, helpless child. It is not surprising, as the feeling is deeply rooted in our earliest childhood experiences. The problem is that because it is so deeply rooted, it plays over and over again like a tape in our lives. You have an opportunity now to stop the tape, to quit tormenting yourself with ideas that you are somehow not enough to be accepted and included. Recognize the roots of these feelings in the past and let go of the old pain. It will bring you to the clarity to see how you can open the gate and enter to that which you most long to become. So you are feeling yourself an outsider. This is good. This is the transitory period. Now you have to be alert, not to fill yourself with pain and misery. Interesting. Now that God is no longer there, who is going to console you? You don't need any consolation. Humanity has come of age. Be a man. Be a woman. Stand on your own feet. The only way to be connected with existence is to go inwards. Because there at the center, you are still connected. You have been disconnected physically from your mother. That disconnection was absolutely necessary to make you an individual in your own right. But you are not disconnected from the universe. Your connection with the universe is of consciousness. You cannot see it. So you have to go deep down with great awareness, watchfulness, witnessing, and you will find the connection. The Buddha is the connection. Sub Johnny? Sub Johnny, Sub Johnny. What's up, Candy? So what's on your fucking mind? What's on your mind? Oh, does anyone else want a card? If not, oh, what's up, Felix? Felix, you just reminded me. I need to get my my Pope card laminated. I gotta go do that tomorrow. Gonna go get my Pope card laminated. Madame Medusa, sub Johnny, thanks. Moonflower, Candy. Oh, cool. I have a lot of story left. I'm just getting into it. Sorry, my connection's. I mean, you can all hear me. I'm sure. You can all see me. Just I'm on the. I told you I'm on the back of Mars, so. Yeah. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into my story more. I'm just getting into it. I'm sure you've all heard it so far. Antonio's at the store getting some cigarettes, and so I met some very interesting people there. What's up, Citizen Z? So yeah, you know, learning about Gestalt therapy. I'll give you an instance of Gestalt therapy right now. I'll give you like a 1-minute preview. Right now, I'm feeling very open with you and with myself. I'm waiting for Antonio to get back so I can get into the juicy details of my story at Esalen. And I think about a lot of things. And who said that? Sub Johnny says, listen to music more, think less. Sub Johnny is correct. I need to listen to music more and think less. He is correct.
Yo.
Yo, what up?
I'm back. Yeah,
Nice.
Sub John is a wise guy. He's an intelligent dude.
Who's a Katana Basket?
I don't know.
What's up, Katana Basket? Hello. So let's see here. I'm chilling, having some screwdrivers with some mango. Do you want me to pick a card for you, Antonio?
Yeah.
Or are you good? Okay. I'm gonna shuffle for you. What are you talking about, Candy? She says, oh, sheesh. I will listen later then. I can't be around shit talkers who know not of what they are saying. Love you, Dan. What are you talking about, Candy?
She's throwing a little hissy fit. That's what she's doing.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Candy. See you later. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Dread? That's Musicians for Truth. That's Dread, and not the. That's the white Dread, and so we have a white Dreads and a darker Dreads. We all know who the you've been exposed. You exposed, yeah. Bitch. You exposed.
You know, Dread, Jason started off as the king of the trolls
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and he's laughing. The white dread. Yeah, I remember that. The only reason I say that is because the only reason I remember that is because he told me.
Yeah, I remember watching his first video. It was very funny.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Let's see here. I mean, shit. I'm about to share if you want to come on, man. Freaking. I'm just shuffling this for Antonio. I'm just gonna pick one card out for him, and
you want me to pass him the link?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool.
You exposed, bitch. You exposed. You exposed, bitch. You exposed. So I'm shuffling these cards, and which gets rid of the energy from the last reading. If you had your own Zen tarot card deck, you would learn how to use it better. I have. I mean, there's a lot of beginner decks, and those are all like mainstream garbage. You know, like new age garbage decks, tarot decks, new age garbage, woo woo, airy fairy garbage. But like this deck has cards that'll make your spine shiver. Like you'll pick a card and what it says to you, you'll be like, what? Why does it say that? And it like just that word triggers you, and I love that. And I'm like, look at that. That's the reason why Osho did that. He put that there to trigger you like that, so you think one thing, but really it's another.
Yeah, like the image of a guy with his throat slit and a pineapple forced down his throat, and really it means you're about to meet a new lover.
So let's see here. Okay, cool. All right, well, fuck it. So I've been shuffling this long enough, and you can see it's clearly right in front of you. You can see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm just gonna pick it because it takes too long. But you see, I have no particular card picked. Just gonna fucking pick that. Oh shit! Nice.
Ooh. Intensity.
Could you see?
Mm-hmm. Intensity, a cool mountain.
Interesting. Holy shit, Dick. Hold on a sec. Yeah, look at that fucking, look at that.
Wow.
You see that, man?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wow, okay. This is going to be a major card. Got it. This is the Knight of Fire. Mastery of actions. Wow, I like that. See, I love when words match with your actions. That means you're not full of shit. So, the Knight of Fire, mastery of action. The figure in this card has taken the shape of an arrow, moving with the single pointed focus of one who knows precisely where he is going. He is moving so fast that he has become almost pure energy. But his intensity should not be mistaken for the maniac energy that makes people drive their cars at top speed to get the point A to B. That kind of intensity belongs to the horizontal world of space and time. The intensity represented by the Knight of Fire belongs to the vertical world of the present moment. A recognition that now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. When you act with the intensity of the Knight of Fire, it is likely to create ripples in the waters around you. Some will feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence. Others may feel threatened or annoyed. But the opinions of others matters little. Nothing can hold you back right now. Zen says to take a drink real quick. I'm going to do that. Thank you, book. Zen says, think of all the great words and great teachings as your deadly enemy. Think of all the great words and great teachings as your deadly enemy. Avoid them, because you have to find your own source. Oh, you have not to be a follower, an imitator. Fuck. You have to be an original individual. You have to find your innermost core on your own, with no guide, no guiding scriptures. It is a dark night, but with the intense fire of the inquiry, you are bound to come to the sunrise. Everybody who has burned with intense inquiry has found the sunrise. Others only believe. Those who believe are not religious. They are simply avoiding the great adventure of religion by believing. So it's like a religionless religion. But yes, that is that, and that was your card, Antonio.
Do you know the biggest thing I took from that was when he's describing that kind of manic energy and saying that's the energy for this world. That's the horizontal energy.
Yeah.
World. We want the vertical energy. It's like, oh,
Isn't that interesting?
yeah. Huh.
Osho always fucking makes flat Earth references, man. He's always talking about water finding its level. He's always talking about certain planes. There's other instances. You know, obviously you know J.D. Krishnamurti, but do you know U.G. Krishnamurti?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, check out U.G. Krishnamurti,
Okay.
and you'll have a mind melt, to say the least.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he strips layers and gives years of your life back to you.
I'm looking him up now.
I love that type of people, you know, that they give you know what I mean? That I never said that before. That they get, just listening to them gives years of your life back to you. You're like reversing your age, or like getting back time. You're like, fuck, I can like totally do this now. Like I stopped. I don't need to dilly dally and beat around the bush for fucking 4 years. I can just do it.
Did you say Yidu Krishnamurti?
UG Krishnamurti.
No, I know the other guy, the older guy, the Jiddu, but you.
No, JD Krishnamurti is the other guy.
Yeah. Okay.
JD Krishnamurti is the one, and then UG Krishnamurti is the other. And they're both legends. JD Krishnamurti is the guy who was going to be the spiritual leader of the world in the past 100 years, and he actually turned it down.
Yeah, they put it to him, didn't they?
Yeah, that was him.
I've got the other guy, UG Krishnamurti. Yes.
And
Brilliant.
UG Krishnamurti is he died after JD, and he was an anti-guru.
All right, cool. You're the illusion. Yeah, you're the illusion of what's out there. I think Jim Carrey must have been doing some listening to him. That was awesome, though. Wasn't that good?
With the card?
No,
or Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey going to the most insignificant, facile, superficial shit thing he could find. The most meaningless thing he could find. So he could go there and say, I wanted to find the most meaningful thing I could find, and here I am. I found it. It's you guys.
No, meaningless. The most meaningless.
Meaningless. Wow.
He said dumbest and most meaningless thing I can. Yeah, and I'm I don't think there is anybody else on the plane who has watched. I've watched every single interview that Jim Carrey has been a part of, and that is at least a dozen in the past week, and I've watched all of them, and that's 11 more than you have because you've watched one.
I've watched
and
two. That one, and I've seen one where he explains that.
I'm not saying you. I mean you to they, and
no, but yeah, I'm looking forward.
It's so interesting because in each interview, which is a recent and new, he explains what happened in the original and how everyone's freaking out, calling him depressed, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not depressed at all. I've never been happier, and I've never been freer, and there's not a hint of depression in my life at all." And so don't feel sorry for me, or I'm not. It's so I'm so well beyond people. Oh, he's so sick and he's so deranged and he's a nihilist. He says it's all meaningless. He was talking about the event, not fucking everything. Jesus Christ. And
howdy.
Oh, what's up, dude? What's up?
It's good to see you guys. Cheers.
Yeah. I'm gonna go actually. Dread, good to see you, man. Thanks for fucking popping on. I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go pour myself another one real quick and let yourself get acquainted with everyone.
We're well acquainted. I'm great, Antonio. It's good to see you, man.
Is that just a wall that happens to be green, or is that a green screen?
I painted the wall to use it as a green screen.
It looks pretty good. It looks like it was a green screen.
It's working. I mean, sort of. I mean, it's not perfect. It doesn't work. Like I have an actual green screen, and it's not working quite as good as that because of the you can see like the light shine on it.
Yeah.
How the light is shining. That glare kind of comes across, and then it kind of the image in the background, like it whites it out a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah. So unfortunately, like I was hoping it would, but I'm just gonna buy you can get the giant rolls. You can just order them, on eBay.
Yeah.
A massive roll that you can just cover the whole wall and then the whole ground in front of you too, right? So I think I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
Just have some fun soon. Yeah, just gonna have fun with it. Joke around.
What have you been up to?
I have been really working on.
Oh, let me just tell Dan. Sorry, Jay. Dan, I muted you. We had some horrible reverb coming from your mic. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And continue on, Dread.
So, I've been working on my live performance. I wanted to be able to either get booked at a place or even just walk into a open mic night and just play a bunch of truther songs, right? And have them like good, like really get them nailed down, right? So that's what I've really been working on. And then I just mentioned to you guys last week in the Skype chat that last week I managed to go down to an open an open mic. I walked into a biker bar downtown that had an open mic with my steel guitar, and just started playing, and they liked it. Like it was interesting. The reaction was. I guess I don't know. It wasn't negative. I don't know. I was expecting maybe to get tossed out of the bar, right? And just expecting the worst and hoping for the best, right? But
I think if you were thinking of receiving bad treatment, I think you're more likely to get bad treatment from a place where everybody's wearing shirts and ties than a biker.
I think you're right. You're absolutely right. I was stereotyping. I think when I was just nervous, right? It's the first time I had cold walked into a place and just dropped the truth bomb, right? So it was a bit, and it was a dry run too. I'd never done that before, so I was like, okay, let's see how it goes, and if it goes well, I'll try and live stream it sometime or record it at least or something, and post it on YouTube or something. But
yeah,
I want to get out there and keep promoting. But I mean, it's so obvious that we're still just battling tooth and nail. Like I had to be honest with you guys, a horrible night at work last night, dealing with fucking NASA fanboys, right? And their fucktardery. Yeah, like it's so funny that some of these people that we talk to, they won't even realize what they're doing. They don't even realize that they're ad hominem.
Yeah.
They don't even realize. Like, I had to point this out to this one guy I work with as we're discussing these things. He's like, how do you think this and that and blah blah blah. I'm discussing to him, and all I can say is, oh well, you're a conspiracy theorist, right? And well, I don't think that any proof put in front of you would accept, right? And so he uses they're attacks. Those are attacks on my person.
Yeah.
Saying that you would not accept any proof. Well, no, just evidence. Give me some proof or evidence that what they're saying is true. Yeah, not a story from someone else, right?
You can turn it on them and say, do you know if so the guy says, you're a conspiracy theorist, no matter what evidence I put to you, you would not accept it. If you just said to him, you're not a conspiracy theorist, and no matter what evidence I put to you, you would not accept it. You can just repeat that straight back to them. And when they hear it from you, and you've just said word for word with the same intonation, if you can, they hear it. They hear that, like, no, that's what I said. It's like, yes, that's what you just said. You're saying that to the world. You're hearing that. You're speaking to yourself and about yourself. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And they're just projecting. That's all I see it as, really, right? They want to project this. They want to label us and have us, their finger on us. So, they're just crazy. Oh, this explains it. They're just they have problems. They were bad in school. Maybe they were outcasts, or they want to say some shit like that and just ad hominem and demean my character. And it pisses me off because I'm saying to these guys, listen, I'm not attacking your character. I'm not attacking you as a person. Why can't we just have a discussion? Why can't we just bring the facts to the table? I've brought you example after example after example of evidences, of proofs, observations that we can make from everyday life, and they just want to throw. It's so frustrating, Antonio. They just want to throw ad hominems my way all the time. Like, never have anything to back up what they believe, just ad hominem. So I just ended up snapping at the end of the night. I'm like, oh, fuck, you fucking wanker fucking NASA fanboys. Fuck all of you guys, right? I fucking just, fuck you guys. I give a fuck about any of you. Luckily, it doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want there to these people because I happen to work in a warehouse where it's like, they say whatever the fuck they want, right? So that opened the door for me to say whatever the fuck I want to, right? And I've got a slanderous tongue, so I try and bite my tongue most of the time. But when they piss me off like shit like that last night, where I'm trying to just have a conversation and present some information to them, and they're gonna attack my person, I fucking lose it, man. That's when I just lose it.
So they're NASA boys, yeah? They're basically
Yeah.
fanboys.
NASA
Oh yeah, they're
fanboys.
fucking
Yeah.
stroking NASA.
I mean,
all the way home.
one way you can really kind of have them climb down from that NASA high horse, okay, is to point out the vice strike, the joint strike between US and European police on child trafficking and child porn that found that 19 individuals working for NASA on NASA computers had downloaded child porn.
Holy
And
shit.
NASA administration made sure that those individuals were not prosecuted. Just point that
Jesus.
out to them. Yeah, so point that out to them. That will wipe the smile off their face.
Well,
say
you know, I
because-
pointed out all the other shit we've already, you know, we've heard a million times, like the, you know, the Nazi background history and blah blah blah. And I mean, they can't deny that shit because you know you got Werner von Braun there. Shit, it's like they can't really deny that. They can't fight me on that. But I work like here's an example of the kind of people I work with. I'm discussing amazing invention. This is a few months ago. And one of these guys that thinks he's he's like a nerd. He's like a hyper science nerd. He's one of these guys, you know, like fully indoctrinated. He and his friends have the universe fucking figured out. They have life figured out and don't even question anything, right? This is the kind of fucking bullshit I put up with, right? So, where was I going with that?
This is a complete nerd, basically. You were saying,
yeah, and so you know, I've presented him. I forget where I was going with that. I presented him with as much info. Oh yeah, this is what he says to me a few months ago about when I'm talking about inventions and stuff. I mentioned Nikola Tesla. He says to me, Nikola Tesla was an idiot. And
Yep, was a quack.
Was a quack and an idiot. That's the people I'm dealing with here.
wow.
Like this, you know, a guy who has over 100 patents to his name, right? Invented everything that we use around us today is pretty
Fucking
much
insane,
right?
dude.
It's insane. And so I'm like, you know, you realize that Einstein was like a theoretical physicist, right? He didn't do anything like really,
dude.
right? No, he's.
I mean, Trev, it's just that's simple as that. You know now not to take his opinion seriously. It's not
totally.
a good opinion.
I wrote him off, but here's what happened last night. So I fucking wrote that guy off. As soon as those words escaped his mouth, it's like I put a cross through him, like, you are dead to me. I don't even give a fuck what you have to say about anything.
Exactly.
You
Anything
are
you say is
fucking
done.
done in my book.
Stupid.
Right?
You're dumb.
So I'm having a conversation on the other side of the warehouse with somebody else about NASA and all this stuff. And he's so fucking irritated by me simply having the conversation. He knows it's going on the other side of the warehouse, that he has to leave work early. He left work early just because of me and my conversation.
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
Wow, what a
God,
loser.
if you're out there, dude, fuck you. You're a fucking wuss. Grow some and, you know, stop believing everything you're told. Grow some hair on your balls. Stop being such a pussy, right? NASA, NASA, no. It's
Hey,
not
Dan,
real.
Dan.
It's so fucking pathetic.
Daniel, you're causing.
What up, dude?
There's some sound bursts coming from your mic. I don't know whether you've got your volume too high or.
Should I? How about now? Is it good now?
Yes, it's just happening just now and again. It's not when either of us are talking or when you're talking. That's why I muted you earlier. You were actually away. Yeah, don't know what it is. By the way,
Yeah, no. Anytime it's too loud, fucking mute me.
All right, cool. So for your science genius friend who says that Tesla is was a fool
Oh my god.
or an idiot, just ask him what unit magnetic induction is measured in.
Yeah.
Just hey,
Yeah.
what,
It's not Einstein's.
magnetic induction. There's like levels of magnetic induction. There's like amplitudes to it. What are those units called? And he'll have to say Tesla.
Antonio, I just challenged everyone on my latest video to show me a picture of different particles.
Oh, okay.
I told them to show me a picture of an electron, of a quark, and of a neutrino, and a graviton. And so I would like to see all the pictures of a electron, a quark,
Yeah.
a neutrino, and a graviton. I mean,
Yeah.
globe heads, show me a picture of these things. Oh,
Yeah,
but here's
and
the thing. Everything that you show me is a computer simulation.
Yeah.
It came from a microscope, a super microscope, a hell-drawn collider. See, these things you're downloaded into a computer simulation and then uploaded into a computer and then given to us through a computer. So like all of these, it's insane. Like all of these pictures of these particles, because particles don't exist. I know that you think. I know you're obsessed with DNA. Here's the thing about DNA. 96% of it is unknown, and they call that junk. It's just a junk. It's just junk DNA.
Yeah, right.
But so isn't that interesting? So they studied they tried to study 4% of DNA, and so they think that they understand 4% of it, and so they understand the whole world. But isn't that interesting that how if you relate it back to science and the cosmological universe and the observable universe, if you dissect that, 96% of the universe is unknown. And that's the same as what I just said.
I don't trust the wisdom of somebody who thinks that they're on a globe spinning through the universe like we all did, okay? That mind looking at DNA and coming to the right conclusions about what parts of it do. Because their brain can't think very clearly. They find it easy to dismiss the Big Bang. Just, oh no, forget that bit. We'll just, if that's the kind of brain they have, that they can just pick up a story part way through and arrive at a conclusion without knowing the origins of the story or the step by step, then I think that maybe their conclusions are just complete bullshit. And let's face it, what are they using DNA studies for? I mean, we're not talking stem cells, which is actually, you know, chemistry. You take this thing, you put it there, and you see what it does. We're talking molecular science with the DNA and what it does.
Well,
Like
this begs the question: Does DNA exist? What does this exist? What is do mitochondria exist? No, I mean, do you? I mean, really? Do you really think a little individual bit of mitochondria at the base of your DNA? Like, do you really think that's a word? That's a mitochondria. I don't care how cool you make the word sound. It doesn't matter to me. DNA, and that's the acronym of the fucking word, of the very technical word that I don't even remember at this point. What?
Dan, you and I, and Jay, we're gonna all of us start to sell mitochondria bags. We just sell a tiny little bag in an envelope, in a padded envelope. We put open with caution. They open it. They see that inside there's just a little bag. They open the bag, and inside the bag there's a wrapped up piece of paper that says, if you did not open this carefully enough, your mitochondria has evaporated. Why not?
Why not? Yep. Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong, children.
No, but seriously, guys, I'm like, you know, all this carbon 14, you know, carbon 12, carbon 14, radioactive dating, you know, carbon dating.
Yeah.
You know, we're made of carbon-based life forms, and perhaps at perhaps the Titan beings or the interdimensional, hyperdimensional beings are silicon-based. I don't know. Like silica, silicon. Like, what am I saying here? Could you guys help me out?
You're saying maybe it's all bullshit. Maybe
Exactly. It makes me sick, man. I'm like the consciousness. Obviously, consciousness exists. Like I was
They
asked.
don't allow for it in there.
They can't accommodate it. It's always.
No.
I was in a bar, and a man came up to me, and he's a friend of mine, an acquaintance. And he goes, Dan, I see you, what you're posting and shit. And he was right in front of my face. And he goes, am I awake? And I go, dude. I go, you're asking me if you're awake. Like,
What'd you say?
and he's like, I said, you're asking me if you're awake to him. And I said the mere fact that you're asking me, and he stopped. He interrupted me. He's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Well, dude, don't ask that, man." Like, and the reason, and another friend of mine was going around. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna fucking mute. I'm gonna mute you, Judd. Sorry, because I hear a fucking. No, I just hear a fucking echo of myself. It's annoying. So I was at the bar, and I was talking to one of my friend's friends, and that main friend came over, who was the main friend of ours. I was talking to his friend because he didn't know me. That was his main friend, so he met me through that mutual friend of ours, and it was funny because I was talking to him, and then all of a sudden my buddy showed up, and he was starting to talk about enlightenment, and he's like, dude. He's like, yo, he came up, and he's like, yo, you listen to Dan? You talking to Dan? He's like, yeah, man. He's like totally fucking enlightened, man. And I'm like, and this was like fucking like this is way more than 5 years ago, and I'm his friend's right next to me, and I go, dude. And I ignored what he said to me, my buddy, and this is like one of my best friends, and I ignored completely what he said, and I talked to the guy that I was talking to, who I was in a conversation with, and I go, yo, I said, anybody who talks about enlightenment knows nothing about enlightenment. Right in front of my buddy, who came and interrupted our conversation talking about enlightenment and how enlightened I was. And I'm like, dude, anybody who talks about enlightenment knows nothing about it. Don't listen to anything they have to say. And he started laughing, and my buddy was like all pissed off at me, and I thought that was fucking funny. And it's like, dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. And I still don't like, dude. I've known him since second grade, one of my oldest friends, and I don't talk to him anymore. It stopped. I don't like, all my friends are gone. All of Flat Earth got rid of all my, like, they're all gone. And he actually just messaged me on Facebook the other day, like about a week ago. I haven't heard from him in years, and he just messaged me some like music videos, and I don't know. So it's interesting.
So he started to see small chinks there in his globe ideas. He's like, damn it, I think Dan might be right. I can't say, hey, yo, Dan, enlightened being, because he might shout at me if I say that. So I better just send him a funny video about cats knitting or whatever.
No, it was it was just a music song or something like that. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I'm just like, I'm so used to it. Like, Antonio, one of my friends made me the godfather of his child, and then we don't talk anymore. Like I was.
You should send him a letter. You know, you can't remove somebody from being a godfather.
I know. He made me the godfather of his child.
Yeah, you could send him a letter and say, yeah, Dan, you could send him a letter and say, hey, you know I'm still the godfather of your daughter. So when you shuffle off this mortal coil, I'll be telling her the truth.
Damn, bro. That's pretty. That's pretty intense.
I like
That's
it.
fucking
I
true.
like it.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Well, he's gonna disown you completely and never tell his daughter about you. If
So
that's
like
what
these are
I
my
would say
best
that.
friends. Interesting part now is that my father is now talking to my best friend in a business engagement with him.
So I was just thinking when you guys were saying all that, that it's kind of a blessing in disguise in that fair weather friends, fake friends are weeded out because of flat earth. People who are not true friends of yours, who do not truly care about you, people who do not have unconditional kind of caringness for you in your life are going to be weeded out by this. So you'll
exactly,
get rid of, like,
Trent.
I've gladly gotten rid of my friends that are globe cucks and just bitches to the system. I have no
Exactly.
need for those type of people in my life.
Exactly.
They're dead. They're fucking dead weight. And I hate to say that about another human being.
No,
but
they're
it's
dead
just,
to me. They're dead to you. I understand.
I'm only here for so long. I can't waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time with people that are going to be brainwashed cucks and not even consider the possibilities, right?
So hold on,
Fuck
Dred,
those
hold on.
people.
Let me interrupt you. So I have both of my best friends in second grade that I knew. I'm not going to name names, but the one and then the other. So the one who I've lived with, he just sent me those recent messages on Facebook, some songs. So he's trying to reconnect with me, and that's all I said was cool. Thanks, dude.
That's
and I
cool,
didn't.
man.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't
give them
even.
a chance. Give them a chance. You know, keep the door open for people, right? Because
Yeah,
they'll
you're right.
wake up, right? And they'll come back and they'll apologize to you, right?
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna go look back at that. Thank you. And my other friend John, or sorry, his name's not John. And he made me the godfather of his child. And now we don't talk anymore. And I mean, I was holding his child, and I was the godfather. And so now we don't talk anymore because of the flat Earth. And now my father is in a business engagement with John and his father, and I find it very interesting because my father and I mean, I talked to my dad once. Well, let's just put it this way: I've talked to my dad once in the past. I've talked to my dad twice in the past year. That's how much I talk to my dad, and so now he's in a business engagement with John, and John doesn't talk to me anymore. And I think this, and John's my buddy who made me the godfather of his daughter.
I think we ought to change focus from it being because of the flat Earth to it being because of the globe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good distinction.
And like my dad's like cool now because apparently we can talk. And like Antonio, my dad came to me at one point and he said, sorry, Dred. I'm gonna fucking mute you. My dad came up to me and he goes, Dan, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but like people are coming up to me while I'm working, while he's at his restaurant working and cooking for, the whole fucking restaurant. He goes, people are coming up to me and saying, what's going on with Dan? Has he lost his mind? He's saying that the earth is flat. Like people are saying that your son has lost it. And so I told my dad, because I laughed immediately. I laughed in my dad's face. And I told my dad to tell those people who were talking behind my back to him, I told them to say that to my face. And then I told my dad, if they don't say it to my face, to let them know if they say it again to his face, that I'm laughing in their face. And so my dad had a good laugh about that. And he goes, man, it's just like, you're so like detached from things, Dan. Like, you're so, and I said, Dad, oh wow, whew, what a sigh of relief there. I said, you said that I'm so like detached from things, and I said, thank you. I've never heard such an amazing compliment. My own father told me that I'm detached from things. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm detached from my family and friends. The whole thing. I'm detached from society. I'm not attached to society. My dad told me I'm detached. Yes, I am, Dad. Thank you for that compliment. And he's like, you're proud that you're detached. And I'm boasting in my father's face. Yes, thank you. You're telling me I'm detached. I am. Yes, that's why you have people coming up to you, your restaurant, saying that your son's lost his mind. Just like people will go, wow, this is a pandemic. Like Jim Carrey has lost his mind. He's having an existential crisis. He's depressed. You don't know anything about Jim Carrey. He's not depressed at all. You don't know. He's totally not depressed. He's the opposite of depressed. He's never been freer and happier in his entire life. And yet the media spins everything.
Because he embarrassed them. I mean, let's face it, okay? Here's Jim Carrey. It's, what was it, Friday night? Friday night. He's at home for the last few days. He's been thinking one idea, okay? And he's come to the conclusion he's going to help to shine a light on this by finding the most meaningless thing that's going on and pointing out that that thing is completely meaningless. It will get on the news, and it did. And now they're all scrabbling around. None of them are saying, did you hear? He said what we're doing is meaningless. They're all saying, what's wrong with him?
Here's the thing, Antonio. This is amazing now that you're saying that. Here's the thing about being viral and being viral for 2 weeks or a year. Okay? What happens if you're viral for a day? Oh, yay! I got an article. I was in the news or the radio or on TV. What happens if you're viral for fucking years? And it never stops. It never ends. And it becomes Jim Carrey, who goes, I'm the Mask. I'm the Truman Show. I'm fucking the every single role he's done, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Guess what? He just dealt with a depressing heartbreak. That's why he's able. Every single role that he gets into, I just got over a depressing heartache, and now I'm going to go into the role of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and totally get into that role. Nobody can keep their eyes off of me. I'm going to make the Truman Show. This is all of his movie roles are not on accident. Yeah. This is how it happens. This is how he knows it happens. He was my favorite. He was my first movie human star. My first non-human loves were cartoon characters: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes, Popeye, fucking Randall Cunningham. Oh, that was my first human love. Was a black running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. I was like, that motherfucker is a legend. This guy can run and throw a ball, and I love that man. This is in 1989. I was 4 years old, and then I see Jim Carrey, The Mask, Ace, humor, Robin Williams. Holy shit. Like other people, this is a job profession? Like clowns and fucking... I can make up stories and imagination and power. And I can... making maps? Map making? Map making? I made maps. I still have maps that I made when I was less than 10 years old. I'm not going to get into it. Fucking digging up fossils. Where are these fossils from? What do you mean these fossils are from 550 million years ago? What do you mean? That's my backyard. Why is my backyard 550 million years old? That doesn't make any sense.
From 550 million years ago, and yet they're just under the surface.
Like, wow. What are you talking? How is my backyard 550 million years old? And I'm picking up fossils that when I'm fucking barely 10. What do you mean? I'm asking everyone. What do you mean these fossils are fucking nearly 600 million years old? Why are they here on the surface? Well, because they shifted up. They just shimmied up. They just shifted up. What are you talking about? They shimmied and shit. This isn't a zigzag or one of those fucking what are those boards? You know, this isn't an Etch a Sketch. This is a fucking world. Like the Grand Canyon, dude. I'm looking at the mountains near my fucking place here. These are fucking quarries. I'm looking at them. I can see lines. I'm gonna film this. I can because I've been looking at it for a while, and I'm like, what are these? Are these like because I don't know what you guys are thinking about all these titans and shit. I've been thinking about titans and mountain ranges and titans getting stuck and our titans mountains and our what is organic? You can't melt a rock. Try to throw rocks in a fucking fire. They just stay the same. They don't melt. I've been doing that since I was a little kid. Rocks don't melt. I'm not Aaron Dover, but I've been trying to melt rocks since I've been a little kid. They don't fucking melt. Rocks don't melt. What do you like? What is a volcano? What do you like? I understand that you've walked up a mountain, and that you see some like orangey, gooey stuff. What is that? It's not as hot as you thought it was. It doesn't burn as fast as you thought it did it? It's not as hot as you thought it was, and it doesn't burn. So what does that mean? It's not what they told you it is. We thought that we couldn't go close to it as a child. It was too hot. You have to wear a fucking weird suit like you're an astronaut to come close to lava. You can walk right next to it. You can fucking light a bong or a fucking joint off of it. It doesn't do anything.
Makes no
What
sense.
does that tell you? What does that tell you that it is? I don't know what it is. I've never seen lava up close and personal. I have friends that have seen lava up close and personal. So that's what I can go into a little more detail than you have. So until you've seen the lava up close and personal, shut up. I'm telling stories of my friends who have.
No, agreed. I think more research needs to be done. It's just like everything. There's partial truths, and it's truth mixed with lies on everything, volcanoes and everything, right?
Yeah.
It is fucking. It's pretty fucking intense and weird and crazy. Yes.
Hey Dan, you got a donation from Anthony. THC gets you high, helium gets you higher.
Oh.
What? Oh, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
Anthony, good to see
THC,
you.
Anthony, you fucking slick dog, you sly motherfucker. Yo, I love you, bro. THC, Anthony. THC gets you high, helium gets you higher. I mean, for Christ's sake, man,
So
change your fucking name, because you're gonna get more if you change your name to just
THC
THC
cures. Just
THC cures or
cures.
THC gets you high. Like, just change your name, and dude, you'll get so many more subscribers and so many. I mean,
It's this, Anthony. Okay, when people are writing a message that they want to highlight, so you won't miss it. When they have to sit there writing THC gets you high space, helium space gets you higher. It's like, dude, you know. So if you make your name something like the THC Doctor, Dr. THC, or whatever, something just a little bit more punchy.
Dr. Green Thumb.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dr. Crystal, THC Crystal. Did you hear? Oh, yeah. I don't want to say in case it's not public knowledge yet. But dude, he's doing some interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff.
Oh, very. Yes, I'm always amazed by his stories and his latest.
Hey, did you see the
adventures
video?
work
Did you see the video with the light, with the reflection of the light on the wall?
The one by Dearth?
No, by him, by THC.
Oh, I'll double check. I don't know if I saw it.
It was in the Sheldon Cooper. Yeah, go and see it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really
I
kind
will.
of cool.
I've been kind of mesmerized this week. This has been capturing my thoughts every day. Is the NASA rocket to Mars rocket that's been blasting fucking shit into the atmosphere for the last, every
Oh
once in a
my
while,
God,
and
Cassini.
feeding the hurricanes and shit. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know much about it, but the 500, what was it, 500-second test they did that day of the, like, was it the 30th of last month, I think?
What, they're the
During the
hurricane?
hurricanes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you heard this, Antonio?
Yeah, but I just hadn't. I don't pay that close attention because I've
So-
never really liked puppet shows. They freak me out. So, I don't like that puppet show. But
Okay.
they sent it
Hold
up
on.
during
Hold on
the
one sec,
hurricane.
Fred. 1 second.
So not the thing they sent up, but what they've been doing is, sorry, oh wait.
What?
Hey, you good?
Yeah, I hear
No,
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought you wanted me to wait 1 second. Okay. So what NASA's been doing is they've been saying they've got this giant building, right? And they've been saying that they've been testing their rocket to Mars, and then they've been ejecting massive amounts of steam, right, into the air in a town right next to a town that's being ravaged by a hurricane, right? So the idea is some people are thinking that they're feeding the hurricane with this moisture and steam, right? It's building the storms to be larger than they are. That's what's been going around. I know Richie from Boston's been talking about it, and a few other truthers. And it's just I've been really kind of just watching and trying to learn more about this machine that I don't believe and it's obviously not an engine. I believe it's weather manipulation is what they're doing. And I've really been kind of researching the weather manipulation thing for the last for years now, but for the last week or so, really diving into that and seeing what's capable. I have an interesting story of a personal story, real quick, of a gentleman that I met. This is before I kind of woke up to the earth shape and whatnot. My best friend met this gentleman. He was working at a scrapyard steel mill, and this gentleman came in one day. He was an elderly German fellow with a strong German accent, and he was looking for parts, and they got to talking. And this man had fled Germany after the war, and he was an inventor. Now, I can't verify everything that he told us. This is what he told us, right? I'm just telling you the story. So he says that he's an inventor and he's created all these cool things. And so me and my buddy are kind of inventors. We're fabricators, inventors. If we come up with cool stuff, we can make it, right? We'll do it. We'll make it. And this gentleman's like, okay, I want to show you something. I have an invention that has been outlawed in most European countries, and it's been outlawed pretty much everywhere, and it's pretty much outlawed here, except the government is using this kind of technology. He said, and he said what he's got is a machine, and it's placed in the back of a pickup truck, and what he could do is drive this pickup to a body of water, and he feeds a hose from this machine into the water. He needs a body of water apparently to draw something from. I don't know, he's drawing something from the water. It's not just water he's drawing from. He's drawing some kind of energy or something from it. And what he'll do is using a trajectory of two clouds, and then the machine, he'll point this machine up at the sky, kind of like between two clouds. And now I can't explain this and I don't know how this worked, but he was able to make one of the clouds disappear. So I'm not saying, I don't know what kind of usefulness all this has and what it means.
It's
but
Reichian technology.
He was able to make one cloud disappear and the other cloud would stay. And I was like, where did it go? He was like, it's gone. It's evaporated. I was like, wow,
This is
that's
the work of
incredible.
Willem. It's the work of Willem Reich.
Yeah,
There are
it's
people right
weather
now who use
manipulation
it.
in it.
Well, it's weather manipulation, yes, but it's like benevolent weather manipulation. It's making clouds
Perhaps
from
it could be.
water and dissipating clouds as well. So getting rid of floods and inducing rain in droughts. It's been used in Israel. It's been used in Kenya.
Absolutely.
Ethiopia.
So it could be benevolent, but could it be used for bad things, though, right? Could it be used for nefarious purposes,
Obviously.
like driving a hurricane or a tornado, powering up a storm, right? Like, that's the way I see it being used.
Well, thank you. Obviously, no. I mean, seriously. Like, Dredd, you know this. You know about sound. I don't know if you know anything about like bass audio or anything like that. I don't know if you know anything about that. Like these bass systems can make a car shake, correct? They can make the car go right? But what happens if you have a $1 million bass system that goes and makes the whole state shake? Or a certain particular area, a $500 million bass system that goes, Texas is shaking on and making a Gulf get a little shaky and creating a hurricane.
So where are we going? Where are we leading? Where are you leading me with this?
Where were you going again?
I was talking about weather manipulation and that they're using this technology to possibly drive
storms. Well, yeah, I was
and
just hyping it up a little bit more, and then I forgot where I was going. But yeah, go ahead and take it.
No, yeah, I mean, Dredd, with the weather modifications, all they have to do is spray chemtrails. That's going to change the temperature in the air, and that's going to either cause warm fronts or cold fronts.
Well,
you know,
agreed. So that's what I totally am thinking. That's I agree. I think that chemtrails are completely about weather manipulation now, and that they are able to control, not only start storms, but fucking dissipate storms in a heartbeat using these pulses. And the pulses are initiated and able to be utilized through chemtrails. I don't explain it very well, but I've seen a few videos on it now, and that explained it quite well, and I was very impressed. I don't know if you have any videos already on it, but
I know what you mean. They're using sound harmonics. They're using my vibrational frequency and creating. I mean, they obviously use the machines to bust out all those chemicals, and then they burst. Not only do they use those money-making machines that make the clouds seeding, that make the clouds by combining these chemicals, but then they also boost those seeded clouds with vibrational sound frequency to amplify the effects. They don't talk about that. Not many people know about that even. What do you mean? Yeah. Already boosting the fucking cloud seeding that you already made? Yeah. They can. While they already made it, you can amplify it and multiply so you have your cloud. And so, of course, the machine can only do so much. But if you have another machine or other chemicals that can times 10 or times 20 what the machine made, oh shit! Well, obviously you want that.
I'm starting to think that. I don't know. I guess this week I feel like I'm starting to feel like that weather manipulation and weather warfare has a bigger role than I previously anticipated.
Oh my God,
when
man!
I was discussing, it's maybe perhaps at the forefront, it's at the tip of the fucking spear,
God,
perhaps.
Man. That's God. That's playing God. That's playing God.
It is.
You're playing nature.
It is.
Guys, they've been doing it for the past 20. They've been doing it for the past 20 years.
More than that.
Now they're good at it, and now they've been for 20 years.
Hold on, guys. What was that? Haiti. Haiti was what I knew. Haiti was what I knew.
Yeah.
When was that? What year was that?
Wasn't that like 10? I can't even remember. Was it 10 years ago? I can't even remember. 5, 10.
I knew when Haiti hit. I'm like, dude, that shit's bullshit. That shit's fake. This is and guess who was involved with that Haiti shit? Say it. Somebody in the chat room tell me how long ago that Haiti shit was. Somebody put that shit in the chat room. And guess who was directly involved with that shit? Bill Gates.
Oh yes.
And guess who else? Vaccines with Bill Gates and Haiti.
Hey, did you hear about Bill Gates? Did you hear
weather
about
manipulation, Bill Gates, Haiti, vaccines. Wow. Because guess what? All that shit.
But did you hear that Bill Gates and his foundation have just been kicked out of India?
Oh,
awesome.
With it, you know,
yes, India's still got a fucking spine. India's still got a spine. India's still got a spine. Fuck yeah.
For you, India.
I've just shared a link in the
Good
chat.
for you, India.
I've just shared a link in the chat to a website. It has Nick Beggage. This is one of the guys who's been thoroughly studying harp, which is what you're talking about, with the resonance that's sent out, be it electric or sound or ultrasound or ultra high frequency, ultra low frequency. The whole weather modification, it works in a looped system. It's not just chemicals in the sky from planes. It's that plus other elements.
There's many tools in the toolbox they're utilizing, right?
Guys, how would you feel if I had Brenda on?
Yeah, sure.
Oh God, so really? Oh fuck.
Oh.
Okay, all right. It's not even a real person. It's like a pretend person trolling us.
Wow.
Pretending to be a Brenda. I mean, do you know Brenda? Have you talked to her before? I've talked to her
Come
before.
on, Dredd. You know I've talked to everyone and I know everyone.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's your show.
No. I'll take.
I've got no hate for anybody, so whatever. Just
let's read the comments here. Hey, Brenda. Did you hear that, Brenda? I mean, no offense. I don't know what you're doing in your life, or if you have a wife or children, if you're by yourself. I hope you're okay. But you just heard what Dredd said against you, and he said that you're like a pretend, like fake person. So you might want to like reevaluate or like But anyway, let's see here. So let's see here.
Brenda says that Soundly killed the flat Earth lies with modified images and with a video that was almost
bullshit.
With a video that was almost immediately debunked by another video of the same place. I mean, come on.
Brenda, I'm inviting you onto the... All right, well, apparently you don't want to come on. All right.
I don't know. Brenda is an angry like Glober tranny. So if you want an angry Glober tranny on your show, then go for it. But that's what you're dealing with there.
All right. Well, apparently Brenda...
she will be the first to tell you.
No, I know. I've had Brenda on before.
I don't think it's a tranny. I personally think it's a dude with a voice changer. I think it's probably like Glenn from Vancouver, the Vancouver guy, the troll guy. I think it's one of his personalities, but I can't prove that. I don't know. I don't think
Brenda, I just shared the link in the chat room. Join it right now.
On cam.
So
yeah, put yourself on camera. Prove you're a woman.
Brenda, I just shared the link there. It's still there. So I mean, anyone could join. I mean, there's almost 20 people watching this. So there's the link there, Brenda. Brenda, do your doing. So you're gonna join this stuff.
Glenn. I mean Glenn. You mean Glenn?
Glenda. Sorry.
Moonflower's out there too, and Anthony. Oh, hello, Brenda.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Care to put your camera on, dear?
I don't own a camera.
You don't own a camera?
Is there a device that doesn't come with a camera on it? Okay.
Yeah, a computer that you make yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Actually,
I'll give you that
right.
one. All right.
Hold on. So let me talk to Brenda for a second here. So Brenda, thank you for accepting the invite. And nice to hear from you, actually. Good to hear from you.
If you say so.
What do you mean? If I say so?
Brenda, are you a man or a woman?
Hold on. Let's let Antonio and Dredd. Let me talk to Brenda.
Don't get triggered, Dan. Don't let him trigger you. Brenda, are you a man or a woman?
Please, both of you, please be quiet and let me talk to Brenda. So, Brenda, you just said, really? Like, I just told you, thanks for coming on here, and you're like, huh, I'm Brenda. I don't have anything to add here. Do you have anything to say?
What did you want me on for?
Well, I thought you had something to say. That's why you would join.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's a pretty hostile environment in the first place when I first came in here.
Well, I'm
You know,
telling
I'm being
you.
told I'm being told I'm not a
Brenda.
human being. I'm being told I'm not a human being. You know, that
By
kind of
whom?
tends to set me off.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I
No,
didn't say that.
You didn't, but your cock guzzler over there did.
Okay, well,
Who
oh
said
Jesus!
that?
Hold on, Brenda. Hold on. I'm telling my
Prove
fucking.
me wrong.
hold on.
Hi, cock guzzler.
Please, hold on.
How does your boyfriend's smegma taste?
Jesus, Brenda, hold on.
Why? He can insult me with impunity. Why can't I insult him?
I didn't insult you with impunity.
Yes,
I
you
held
did. You
back.
called me. You said I'm
totally
not
held
even
back.
a person. You said I'm not even a person.
Like a troll, like a not a real person. You're not presenting yourself as
Right.
the real person you are.
No.
You're faking your identity and hiding who you really are. Fuck
No,
you.
I'm not. No, I'm not, cock guzzler.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
you are.
here.
You're totally hiding. You're totally hiding your identity.
No, I'm not.
Dan, Brenda,
What's my name? What's my name, cock guzzler?
One second. This is
Well,
Daniel.
I get to call him whatever I want as long as he calls me whatever he wants. I get to return it in kind.
This is Daniel Falkenbach,
haven't even
and
started.
I'm Antonio Subirat. Who
And
are
my
you?
name is Brenda Van Ozen. It's right there. It's right
Van
there.
Ozen.
Is
Okay.
it confusing to you?
And are you a man or a woman?
I'm trans. Have you figured out what
so
that
you're
is
trans.
yet? You
So
know,
you're
this is
trans.
2017. Are you fucking stupid?
Hold on,
Have you not figured out what a trans
no.
person is?
No, I'm gonna shut up everyone, and I'm gonna shut up you and
How are
Antonio.
we supposed to figure it out? You haven't even figured it out.
Shut up, Dred,
Wah,
Antonio,
wah, wah.
and you, Tranny. And so what?
There. Okay, Antonio,
Yes.
would you like to talk?
Yes. So
Why don't we talk now that we eliminated the children?
I didn't eliminate anybody.
I did.
Okay. So Brenda, you're transsexual.
Yes.
You're going from one gender to another.
Yes.
What gender were you originally? This is only for curiosity.
Male.
No, you were originally male.
To
And
female.
You're transitioning to female.
I already have.
So you're a female.
I'm a male to female transsexual, yes.
Right. Okay. So when people say to you, you're not a real human,
Right.
do you take that to mean you're not a real human in that you didn't stick with the gender that you are? Or do you hear that as you're just a troll, a faceless person? Because when people are saying it,
I hear that as somebody's telling me that I should be killed because I'm not a human being, and that therefore they can do anything they want to me, including physical violence, sexual violence, or murder.
okay. Well,
That's what I hear, and
Okay.
so that's why the other two have been removed because of that shit.
Okay, I understand that, but I can assure you, at least from the people that I am acquainted with, that when people use words like "that's not a real person," "that's just a troll," they mean I've had comments from the same channel. Okay, the channel has changed how it writes its comments, so how it punctuates 3 or 4 different times. One of the times it would be very eloquent and well written, another time clumsy, and another time would punctuate by leaving a space, then the comma, then the next word immediately after. So this is not a channel that is a person. This is a channel that's being used as a troll, and there are several people behind it. So when people refer,
that's not me. I am a person. I'm sitting in a crappy little apartment. I'm very poor. My channel is my real legal name. I tell people where I live. They can come and see me if they want to, but I really am not interested in meeting these people. And I go onto Flat Earth channels and I debate with them.
Okay, well, fair enough. We actually enjoyed debate. I don't know if you've seen.
I don't think you do at all. I think the majority of Flat Earth channels do not permit anybody who is a globalist to be on, generally.
I've had debates with Flat Earth Math. I've had three debates that have been streamed live with Flat Earth Math. That's Charles Braithing.
I don't know who he is.
All right. Flat Earth Math is a math teacher in secondary school, and is quite a nice guy. Oh, just one second.
Is he a flat earther?
No. He's a globeling, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Something happened?
Yeah, sorry, Brenda. I'll be right with you. 1 second.
Well, we only have 5 minutes.